All right, what up? What up? All right, so tonight's lesson we are going to be talking about possession versus guidance. All right, so you need to remember that everything is a form of energy. All right, so we're talking about in terms of angels and demons. All right, so remember that we all got emotions, right? So a lot of our emotions leave open these gaps, right? So these sometimes it's like this. Let's say you got an aura, right? And when you're using certain emotions that give you less energy and things of that nature, it kind of leaves a gap open. So it leaves room for, let's just say, energies to possess you, or at times, like, depending on if you tapping in with a higher frequency of energy to guide you. That's why we get downloads at times, and sometimes we get guidance. Like, it could, like, sometimes it could be for these higher spirits. They come through like an orb at times, maybe, or these lower energies. They might come through in ways that you can't see. I don't really know too much about, like, how they all come in, but I do know this, that it's something called subtle possession, right? So when you angry, or when your home is a certain kind of way, like, you can allow these energies into your home that can possess you at times. And that's why we got a lot of things that happen, like, in our mind. We might be having these negative ass emotions coming through, and we don't really truly understand where these negative emotions are coming from. So energy comes in a lot of different ways. It's something called divination that a lot of people don't really understand how divination actually works. Divination, it flows through the energy. Everything has energy, so that means that it can flow through sounds, it can flow through thoughts, it can be attached to people that you allow in your home. They can have energy on them. They can come into your home, and when they leave, they done left that energy there, or pieces of that energy there. Like the let's just say they got a demon rod, and they baked the demon and let a little mini, then left a little miniature demon baby in your home and things of that nature, right? So we call that subtle possession. So I'm gonna tell you how to keep your house clean, so you ain't gotta worry about this kind of stuff. So this is why you want to make sure you clean your environment. Sometimes we like to burn, like, the little wood sticks, the sandalwood sticks, Palo Santo, or whatever it's called. Burn those, light candles, play some good music in the home, prayer. You know what I'm saying? Releasing energy that you can command these energies to remove themselves from your home. Mop your floor. Make sure your house is clean, because see, when your house is all cluttered, it creates space where negative energy can live in. All right, so same thing when it comes to crystals and things of that nature. Like, that's why a lot of people, they talk about not using crystals, because the same way a crystal can carry good energy, it can also carry bad energy. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, they have crystals in their house, and they don't leave it where it can get to any sunlight and things of that nature, so it just accumulate negative energy. And then now that negative energy is hanging on to that crystal, and it's in your house, it's moving in and out. It's kind of like it's got an aura of its own, and you can walk by it and attach to you depending on what state you in. All right, so you want to keep your dishes clean, keep your home clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness when we're talking in terms of energy, and we're talking in terms of possessed versus being guided. So, like, if your home has good energy, is nice and clean, you play good music, you keep a lot of negative interactions down in your home, it's got a lot of clarity in your home. Now, when people come to your home, you can actually heal people that come into your home at times, you know what I'm saying? Or, like, that demon can remove itself from them, and they can leave without the demon, and then you can clean your house again, and you can remove it from your home at the same time, things of that nature. And shit, to be honest with you, if you keep your home in this good space, in this good, clean, energetic space, negative energy not coming. It's not coming on its own. It's not attracted to your home at all. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times when we do things, we unconsciously chase down energy. We chase down negative energy because we dwell on negativity at times. And now the negativity is coming. You are attracting that to you. You know what I'm saying? You went for it, here it come. You know what I'm saying? But if you're looking for the good and everything, that's what you're attracting. You're attracting more good and everything. And when you on a high frequency of love, peace, and joy and happiness, gratitude of what you got going on, that's you're gonna get more of that, more gratitude, more love, more peace, more joy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you burning certain, like I'm telling you, like I remember at my other house, I used to be in the back room, you know what I'm saying? I done burned like lit up sage in the house and the incense and Palo Santo, frankincense, whatever, however you want to use it. Man, people wouldn't even come in that back room. They didn't want to come back there. You know what I'm saying? Cause they didn't. It was like, oh, like that's not the energy I'm trying to carry today. You know what I'm saying? They might plan on going to the club. You know what I'm saying? They trying to go about it a whole other way. That's like going to therapy. People like, I ain't ready for therapy right now. I like who I am. They like who they are because they think they shit don't stink. You know what I'm saying? Or they're unaware that it's a healing mechanism. Like I went to therapy one time, you know what I'm saying? And the lady, she had me doing some breathing exercises and stuff like that. I was about to cry, you know what I'm saying? Like for real. That was the last time I went to therapy, you know what I'm saying? That was some years back. Like that was like after I got shot. And I really was in a bad place. And I need to go back so I could release that energy up off of me. But because I didn't know what it felt like to release that, and I didn't like that feeling of releasing something that's been attached to me so long, I didn't even want it. You see, I didn't even want what was good for me. It's like telling the kid, it's like telling the kid to eat their vegetables. It might not be good to you, but it's good for you. You know what I'm saying? So same thing goes with like your home. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be lazy about this stuff. Keep your house as clean as possible. Stop playing music in your home that's negative. That's what I mean by the divination. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's or when you playing stuff on TV, like that negative energy is coming through the TV into your home because it's energy. You see what I'm saying? It's not of this 3D physical realm. It is, but it's not. It's passing through it. You know what I'm saying? The energy can pass through the 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D. We don't know how that works. You know what I'm saying? But just know that it can come and go. Just like at times, I might make a video, right? And I might be giving you information that wake you up in a particular way. I done gave you that energy through this device, and now my divination has flowed through you through this device. You know what I'm saying? That's a form of divination. You know what I'm saying? So at times we think that divination is bad or negative. That's because you are a part of maybe some system. That frowned upon certain things because certain people don't use it in the correct ways. And if they are using something in a negative way, then yeah, it's not. You probably should separate from that. But especially if you don't understand, if you're confused about something, it's best that you don't be a part of it because confusion can lead to these low vibrational states like fear, anger, shame. You know what I'm saying? So with this level of awareness, you will be able to overcome these aspects and fully understand how it going. And don't get it twisted. You got divination happening on you all day long, just in the subtlest forms. You know what I'm saying? So somebody make you mad, it's already like me and my homeboy was just talking about this. It could be a little demon hanging around that's been following you around, knowing because you are prone to anger, you are prone to fear, you are prone to grief and sorrow and all these low vibrational states of emotions. So this little demonic entity likes to hang around you because he knows that you're gonna be right back into that mode again, where he can subtly possess you and have you moving outside of yourself. You see what I'm saying? And like so, let's just say, not speaking in terms of spirituality and energy, let's just say that in terms of emotional intelligence, energy, emotional intelligence, you know what I'm saying? That that it's like a scar, it's like a trauma. So you might have been holding on to this trauma for years, right? You've been holding on to this same trauma for years. So this same you are unhealed of that. You have not been able to heal yourself of that energy, of that wound. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say that wound that you have. So now every time that wound brushes up against something, the scar reopens. And if it continuously is being put in environments where it will keep reopening, it could become a permanent scar. You know what I'm saying? Now let's just say that negative energy has become a part of your being, and you have embodied. Let's just say a piece of you has embodied this negativity. You know what I'm saying? So that's not saying that you can't overcome it, but you want to be aware of these things because consciousness is a form of power. You know what I'm saying? Like Neville books say the power of awareness. You know what I'm saying? Being aware of these things. And it's all about perspectives. You can look at it however you want to look at it. Me personally, I like to look at it in terms of spirituality with energy dynamics. So that means that I'm looking at it in terms of demons and angels, positive and negative. You know what I'm saying? I like to say sometimes people are energy vampires. Sometimes people are energy healers. Some people are healers. Some people are like to siphon energy. Some people, high energetic beings that you can just go around them and they can heal you, you know what I'm saying? They just uplift people, but it drains them at times too, so they can't overextend their energy into other people, because sometimes we give from over, if we're not giving from overflow, then we don't have the container to be able to do all of this stuff for other people, you know what I'm saying? We don't have the capacity to do that, you know what I'm saying? So we have to distance ourselves from people at time and isolate at time so we can get back to a healing version of ourselves and see things happen where you don't give yourself a chance to truly heal, because we got another duality, natural versus chemical. So let's just say that the natural is holistic, right? And that's more balanced and closer to positive energy, but a lot of these chemicals and processed food are more closer to the negative energies, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, they get discouraged or disheartened by the stuff I be talking about when I'm talking in terms of fasting and things of that nature. But I'm only speaking in terms of the chemicals and the negative. So let's just say that if natural is God, then chemical is who? The devil. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say that's a part of the devil's playground, just like everything else out here. So when you're not giving yourself a chance to heal and you steady in the same environment, putting out the toxic foods in your body, is toxic versus tonic. You know what I'm saying? So tonic, good for you. Toxic, bad for you. You know what I'm saying? So if you are overpowering the tonic with the toxic, and then you got all of this negative stuff going that you not allowing yourself to heal from, not doing the work, don't even know how to do the work, unconscious of what to do. So we call that running around like a chicken with your head cut off, because you can't see. You have no mind for it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has brought you this level of awareness. You have the experience, but you have no mentorship, you have no guidance. So because you have no guidance, you are being possessed by negative energy that's keeping you in a state of confusion. You see what I'm saying? So we want to overcome these demons by doing everything positive and staying in alignment with that clarity. You know what I'm saying? So first, we're going to clean up our space. What you put out is what you get back. So we're going to clean up our space. We're going to clean up our mind. That means sometimes you need to just sit in stillness and remove everything from your mind. You know what I'm saying? And then when you do start pouring into yourself, you want to pour in positivity. Think of all the things you could be grateful for in life. You know what I'm saying? Thank God for all those good things that come along life. If you can look at every single thing all day long that's good in your life and give thanks for it, I promise you're going to start to seeing that more and more of these good things going to start manifesting into your life. But if you always dwelling on negativity, you always focus on the negative, what you focus on, where attention goes, energy flows. You know what I'm saying? So focus on the good things in life. Think about your life right now. Look at your life right now in this very moment, and you can tell yourself, okay, out of everything I've been through in life up to this very moment, it might not be as good as I want it to be, but I can definitely look at somebody's life who may be in a worse position than me. So I'm going to be grateful for what I do have. And not only that, I'm going to think of my life of who I want to be. I'm not going to think from the end, but I'm going to think from the end as if it's already happened. I'm going to be grateful for that before I even received it. Because you are grateful for that already in advance, and you already thankful for what you plan on receiving in advance as if it's already yours, you will attract that energy back to you. Just like that, because you have embodied that energy. So now that energy is coming towards you. You are attracting it. You're not chasing it. You attract it. It's chasing versus attraction. When we chasing something that's negative, the more you chase it, the more it's going to run from you. Oh, you like to chase? Well, let me run from you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you like to attract by just doing the right things and being the right way? Then guess what? It's coming to you. So you're not repelling. You are attracting positivity. Now, and you start to noticing that when you don't dwell on negative people, places, things, thoughts, words, actions, and ideas, when you don't let that stuff dwell on you, guess what? It removes itself from you. It distances itself from you. But we get to the point where we're not used to being alone. We so used to having this energy around us, it becomes addictive to the point where you would rather have that around you than to just have nothing around you at times. And see, you gotta learn how to just be with yourself. Like, you know what? I'm gonna be clean. I'm gonna talk clean. I'm gonna do the right thing. And guess what? Over time, I get used to it. Practice makes perfect. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's perfect. So the only thing you can do is be better at it than somebody or something else. You know what I'm saying? But you giving back to yourself. You pouring into yourself in these ways. So you allowing yourself to overcome instead of dealing with it. That's another duality. Overcoming versus dealing. Instead of dealing with the negativity and the chaos, I'm gonna overcome it with positivity and order and structure. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stay in the aligned action of that structure and get into the flow state. And I'm gonna build up a rhythm on that. I'm gonna build up a momentum, and I'm gonna stay focused. I'm gonna stay in that pocket. You know what I'm saying? Or doing what I'm supposed to be doing the correct way. And anytime I reach a level of confusion, I'm gonna be still. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be still and know that I am God, and God gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave it to God and His truth. I ain't gonna make no moves until I know the truth in a positive way of understanding and thinking about how to go about things. And I'm gonna move in that light. You know what I'm saying? saying? I'm not gonna move in the darkness, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't see in the dark. It's too cloudy. I'm too confused. I don't like to move from confusion. Confusion is of the devil. Cloudiness is a state of darkness. No, I like to move from clarity. That's that light. I like to move from understanding. That's God. God says that I can understand because God is intelligent. God isn't dumb. God isn't limited minded. So I'm going to follow the Christ. I'm going to follow God and his truth. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? When it's hard for me to see, I'm gonna peace be still. I'm gonna sit back and think of the next move, man. I'm gonna make my next move my best move. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gotta rush. I'm gonna stay calm, cool, and collected because I'm confident that when I do things this way with patience and persistence, it will get done. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say think before you speak. If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? When you think before you speak, now that you can possibly say the right thing to make sure that the trajectory of your life or whatever situation, relation that you having with whatever you speaking to can be headed in a positive direction. Now they might try to feed you negativity. I don't have to respond or react to negativity. I can overcome that. I don't have to get subtly possessed by many of you on that level. If you were subtly possessed, I can actually remove that demon from you, and that's positive for me and you. I done helped you out. I done did service. Now I'm putting forth service. And guess what? Because I'm giving, I will receive. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be around me, you're gonna get peace and positivity. And guess what? If you got love for me, you're gonna continue to come around me and you're gonna get more peace and positivity. It's gonna start rubbing off on you. Cause something gonna tell you that this is what the best thing for you to do. But I won't be overextended. What I will do, I will give from a place of love. So that's what we do. That's how we overcome these energies. You know what I'm saying? This negative energy with this positive energy. So basically, now I'm allowing myself to be guided by the angels. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting angelic power guide me so I won't be possessed by demonic forces. You know what I'm saying? That's power versus force. You know what I'm saying? We walk in power. You know what I'm saying? I ain't forcing nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's just like sometimes they say silence is the best thing you can do because you try to talk your way out of something, you ain't doing nothing but making it worse. Loose lips sink ships. You know what I'm saying? Nah, silence is deadly. You know what I'm saying? It be the most quiet ones that got the most power at times. You know what I'm saying? That's how they go. And this ain't wordplay. This is the real talk right here. You know what I'm saying? These terminologies we use collectively, and if we all use them collectively, it must have some truth to it. Understand that? You know what I'm saying? So that's possession versus guidance in terms of energy. You know what I'm saying? So, and you can see this. You can see this in real time. Sometimes, you know, especially, all right, let's say this, for example. Some of us get to a point where, like, all right, so men and women, right, relationships, you know, women tend to provoke, or people tend to provoke people at times, right? Now, if you're looking to provoke me, then you're looking for, in a negative way, then you're looking for a negative reaction. And me, I might not be healed to that point where I can overcome myself and not move negatively because it might be a demonic energy or a trauma, however you want to put it, that's been holding on to me. And now you are inducing that up out of me. I need to get away from you because I don't need nobody provoking me in that way. Now, if you triggering me to an awareness of something about me that I didn't know existed, you know what I can do? Now I can do some self-reflection, or I can avoid it. Now, if I'm avoiding it, that's coming from a place of fear. That's a low vibrational state. But if I choose to do self-reflection, that means I'm looking for enlightenment. That's walking with God right there. That means I'm looking to overcome whatever aspect of this is. You know what I'm saying? Whatever trauma this is, I'm looking to the point where if anybody call me out my name, anybody do anything sideways towards me, I ain't gotta move. I ain't gotta react to it. You know what I'm saying? I can respond. You know, like in the Bible, it say, turn the other cheek, you know what I'm saying, and let God handle that at times. Now that's true, but at the same time, if you come to me a certain type of way and I allow you to come to me like that, and I keep coming, if I have to be around you, no, I'm gonna have to set some consequences. I'm gonna have to set a boundary. You know what I'm saying? Not in a negative way, but it might be negative for you, but prospectively it's positive for me. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure the trajectory of my life is headed in the most positive direction I can send it into. You know what I'm saying? So I want to move in that light. Now see, that almost got a little negative the way I was stating it, so I want you to understand, like, use your imagination. I'm not saying that you gotta be angry and put these consequences on somebody, because you can always just leave it to God, peace be still, you know what I'm saying? Distance yourself as much as possible, and guess what? Watch how God work in your favor, you know what I'm saying? Because He gonna see that that's not what you want, so He gonna remove that from around you if that's what you're looking to remove from around you in one way or another. Yeah, that's why we say be careful what you wish for at times, because the subconscious mind and the mind of God, I ain't gonna say God, but let's just say your own subconscious mind don't know good from bad. Whatever you feed it is what it's gonna feed back to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's a form of energy as well. It's electromagnetic energy. Your heart, electromagnetic energy. What you love, that's what you love. I'm gonna give you more of that. You know what I'm saying? You magnetize, you attracting that towards you. So I hope this makes sense to y'all. That's energy dynamics, possession versus guidance in terms of positive and negative energy. I'll show you.